Moving on to Section 2, Office 365 Home. In this section, you'll learn about the Office 365 homepage and the login. We'll go over the following topics. The login. We'll talk about the browsers and what you should know about the browsers. We'll talk about the home screen and we'll look at some configuration tips. Let's look at the login. In this video, we're going to look at where to log in and what you should log in with. So let's look at where you should log in. So you want to open up a browser window. Go to portal.office.com. You can also go to login.microsoftonline.com, portal.microsoftonline.com, and office.com. But portal.office.com or any of the other ones except for the office.com one will take you to a page that looks like this. Now we should look at what you will log in with. When you get to the page that looks like this, you'll use your email address and your password. You should also click the Keep Me Signed In button to keep you signed in. Note, if you're an admin, this Keep Me Signed In may not keep you signed in at all times. That's due to security reasons. Also, if you change your password, even as an end user, it may kick you out again. That's for security reasons. So keeping me signed in should keep me signed in for a while unless I'm an admin or I change my password. For the most part though, it should keep you signed in after that. We're going to take a quick look at the browsers and what you should know about the browsers. So before we move further with more demo, you should note that Microsoft says Office 365's work with all browsers as long as they're up to date. Well, it does, but there's some things you should know here. Here's the ranking of the browsers, best to worst. Internet Explorer still gives you all of the features and functionality, so it's still the best when using Office 365 or SharePoint. Firefox, Safari, and Edge are all around number 2. They give you most of the features and functionality, and they are starting to quickly catch up to Internet Explorer. But there are still some things that don't work well when you're in Office 365 or SharePoint. However, Firefox does beat Internet Explorer in one regard. Firefox was made for web development. As such, it can sometimes work better when you're trying to design or develop in SharePoint, like moving around navigation, moving around web parts on the page. In those cases, you should switch over to Firefox and then switch back after your development is done. But using SharePoint or Office 365, you really should stick with Internet Explorer. Unless you have a Mac, then go ahead and use Firefox. Your absolute worst choice is to use Google. Is to use Google's browser, Chrome. Now, lots of people love Chrome, and Chrome is a really good browser. However, Microsoft and Google don't tend to play very well. Really, Google doesn't share information about the browsers the changes and fixes that are going on. So whenever they make a change, they don't tell Microsoft. That can cause problems for you as an end user. You could look at a screen and your screen could be different than your neighbor's. Or you might not even know something's wrong because everybody's using Chrome in your office. And it may make things in SharePoint and Office 365 look weird or malfunction. There was a situation about a year back where since Skype for Business launches off of your browser first, people that had Chrome thought that Skype for Business was broken, when in fact, Google had made a change to the browser and did not alert Microsoft to that change. So whenever people tried to launch a Skype for Business meeting, it would not launch, and they thought it was broken. There may be other things that happen, such as these. It takes Microsoft, a few hours. It could take them days. It could take them weeks before they figure out what the issue is and fix it. So if you're going to use Chrome, use it at your own, more than likely, possible peril. You have been warned. One other thing to note. Remember I was talking about how Skype for Business launches off of the browser? Because of this, your default browser should be set to anything other than Chrome. That way, when Skype for Business uses that to launch off the browser, there should be no issue.